Oh my gosh, you guys. So today, Labs Advisors Live is being taken over. Who runs the world, girls? So Evan and Joe have given me the power today. So we'll see how that rolls. I am being a real estate agent from my car, and the show must go on. And today we have the amazing Kasey Rumpel here. Kasey, introduce yourself, where you're from, what your role is, all the good things about you.
All the good things about me. Let's see. My name is Kasey Rumpel. I am the Director of Agent Services and Technology at 2 Keller Williams offices in the North Dallas area, Allen and McKinney. I've worked for Keller Williams almost 4 years now. I think that's about all you need to know about me. I have 2 munchkins. I do this full time, love my life. I happen to have 2 sets of pom-poms in my office for whenever bold happens in my office. It's kind of my job to be the cheerleader, make everybody excited about that. I also just happen to be working from home where my Gary Award is. So everybody can be jealous of that.
What do you do to get the Gary Award?
So one of my offices did that 1 year instead of the Oscars. We did the Garys, and I won the Bring It On award for my awesome cheerleading skills, like the movie Bring It On.
Yes, I love that movie. Okay, so Kasey, the cheerleader. Garrett, yes, you do need a Gary Award. So Kasey, the cheerleader, is here to talk to us about something I love and something that is a very timely subject with family reunion coming up. And we're going to be meeting thousands of other agents from all over the country. So Kasey is going to be deep diving into our referral applet in Command and showing us a lot of creative ways to use it to get more business. So I'm just going to let her take over, share screen, production in the background. Can you make sure Kasey has the share screen capabilities?
There
Okay.
it is.
We'll let Kasey take over.
All right, guys. So this is one of my favorite things to talk about because I feel like it is the underdog when it comes to applets in Command besides listings, because, you know, that one just never seems to work the way that we want it to yet. So referrals. What I want to talk to you about today is how to find the right referrals. Who is moving to your area? Who's moving away from your area? And how to find the right referral partners in those places. And a couple of marketing strategies that I've seen my agents use for that, and getting some referrals and potential clients from finding this information out in our referrals applet. As always, we're going to start in Command. So agent.kw.com, just in case you forgot. And then we're going to click on this little person icon, person/in a map bubble icon. And I just want to give everyone out there my favorite pro tip. If you're just now getting used to Command and you don't know what all these icons mean, press this red KW. It extends your menu out so that you can see all of the icons and all of the names of all of your applets in Command. It's one of my favorite things that people always love to know. So we're going to referrals. So the first thing I want to show you is in Maps, I can find the local expert for wherever I am needing to find a referral for. Now, this is pretty common knowledge, but I'm going to dive deeper into it after I show you the basics. Say I happen to have family that lives in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. That's my maiden name. That's why I chose it. So Massachusetts is a small state, but there is a little town called Shrewsbury there. And maybe I have family with the last name of Shrewsbury that wants to live in Shrewsbury. So I need to find myself some great real estate agents that can help them out in that area. So what I'm going to do, or what I did it too quickly, didn't walk you through it, but in that top left-hand corner in referrals, I typed in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. I left this as production, that drop down there. And then I just started zooming in on my map. What you're going to see here, all the green dots that you see, this is production. These are houses that were bought or sold by any Keller Williams agent, or represented by any Keller Williams agent. So I'm going to zoom in until I have a little bit less than 54 agents, so I can show you a little bit more about what we're looking at here. So I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into Shrewsbury. There we go. So now we've got about 9 agents. So these are not the only 9 agents in this area, but these are 9 agents that I know have done deals in the area, in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, right down Main Street, it looks like. I can see these are in random order at first. So I can see all of these fun folks that have closed some deals in the area. So if I have family that's moving to this area, these would be great contacts to make as far as referral partners. But I'm in Keller Williams Young Professionals. Maybe I want to go through the process of making sure that my family also deals with somebody who's in KWYP. So I have the option up here in this little line dot filter button. I don't know what it's supposed to be. And I can choose KWYP. I could choose luxury, commercial, military, expansion, maps, all of those things, just to narrow down who I'm looking at when it comes to my list of referral partners that I'm looking for. So I can say I want somebody who's in YP who happens to also do land, or who is also in maps coaching. Well, let's see if anybody's in there. So there's nobody in YP, but let's see if there's anybody in luxury. All right, so I have 4 people to choose from here that I think these will be the best people to help my family buy $1 million house in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. The other thing that I can do is filter by production. Show me somebody who's closed at least 3 deals in the past 12 months. Or maybe 2. Or maybe 1.
Or maybe 1. Okay, I have a couple of questions.
All right, let's hear.
Stop you for a second. So first, that production filter. So how you've stated that is that if the agents have done production in that area, they're going to show up in this specific criteria, right? Is
Correct.
there any way for me to, I guess, not that I want to fake the system out, but I'm not going to show in this filter if I have not done production in here? Or is there something I can say that I service that area and I show in the filter? Or is it just truly on production?
It's truly on production. Now, if you're just wanting somebody in the general area, we could back up a little bit, and it would give anybody in this particular who has done any deals in the area, not just like in this like 5-mile radius that we're at, because that's what it's looking for right there in that production.
And then another thing I just wanted to point out, that filter of even just a quick luxury, being able to filter by who is in luxury, that is a feature that I know a lot of agents that are watching right now or will watch this are excited that that's a quick filter. Because usually that's just another level of expertise, right?
Absolutely. One of the things that I like to filter for if I'm actually looking for somebody is to see if they're in YP, just because I know that they're making the right network connections, or making some network connections. They have kind of the same mindset that I do, because I'm in Young Professionals as well. So that's one that I like to point out. But yes, luxury, commercial, land. If Chad was on, he would love to hear that that is an option. See what happens when you miss out. We still get to talk about you.
Yeah, let's go.
So that is another option there. What else is there to say as far as that? So, what other, did you have any other questions, Kimber, about all of that?
And another thing, if you can just click on the drop down by production. So are you going to dive into this? Okay, yes, great. Yeah. I just like everyone to see like the other use cases for the filters, because there's a lot of good ones on here.
Don't jump ahead of me, ma'am.
Don't you worry. Okay, I know I'm like the host. I'm just like, hey, let's go.
All right. So the last thing that I want to say, if you are looking for a referral partner in a specific area like this, you get it down to 3 or 4, maybe. That's the perfect time to do what's called a broadcast referral. This notifies these 4 agents, hey, I have a referral, kind of dangles the bait in front of them and says, hey, I have a referral, who wants it? And you make those determinations on how soon they have to respond to us. You set up what your referral fee is going to be, things along those lines, and then they have that time period to respond to you. They get that notification in Command. They get it on their Command app if they have the app on their phone. If they happen to have Kelly on their phone, they would even get it there too. If you're like me and you have both, then you get double notifications. But they're going to get that notification, and then they're going to have the option to respond to you. Now, one of the things that people always ask me are, it's asking me for my client's information. I don't want them to have this without me giving them permission, because I don't want them to cut me out of the deal. Good news about that, not possible for them to get your client's information until they accept your terms and you accept their terms. So say I broadcast this out to the 4 ladies that you see here on my screen. 2 of them respond. I dive deeper, have a phone call with both of them and make a determination. Then I grant them access to my client's information or my friend or family member's information, so they can then be their agent at that point. All right. So let's look at other things that Kimber wants to know about. One of the things that people like to look at are right here where it says production. This is actually a drop down. And I can say, instead of showing me the production in the area, show me the market centers in the area. So I know there's not one necessarily in Shrewsbury, but I know that there's one over here. And that market center has about 4 agents in it. Let's go a little bit wider there. I know there's one in like Cambridge and stuff like that. So in Command, I can click on any of these little houses here, which are actually market centers, and it will give me a list of everyone in that particular market center. So if you go, I've had this happen this week. If I go to my office's Facebook page and say, who do you know in Boston, Massachusetts? And they give me one name. And they're like, this person's in the Westwood, or this person's in the Southwest Market Center. They're the best person I've used. Well, you go to that production, you can't find their name. That's all right. Go to the Market Center section here, find that particular market center, and then you can, I bet you'll be able to find that particular agent here to do that same process of sending them the referral. Then you have my network. So say I have family that moves to the Boston area all the time, just happens to be what I chose for the day for this example. I have Boston people, or people moving to Boston all the time. And I've already established a few people that are my referral partners. And I've created those connections within Command or Connect. If I click on my network, it's going to show me everyone who I've made or that is in my network. So if I have a lot of people moving to a certain area, that is definitely going to be when I'm using this a little bit more, because these are going to be potentially the people that like I'm jump balling it to or rotating through when it comes to referrals. If I've already made connections with these people, I met them at family reunion, I met them at mega camp, they're on labs advisors with me, anything of those sorts that I already have a connection with them on, and I'm just looking for somebody who I already know in a specific area. This my network is going to be what that's going to show me. Somebody who I've already made a connection with, and they're in my referral network already. What did I miss on that?
I love that because I know it's going to sound like the most obvious statement, but as real estate agents, right, we continually make touches and connections with the people that are in our SOI that know, like, and trust us so that they use us and they hire us. Same rule applies for us establishing referral partners. If I know a lot of people are moving from Salt Lake City to Dallas, I need to establish a relationship with a Dallas agent. I'm better off doing so and being proactive, right?
For all those watching, my name's Kasey Rumpel. You can find me in Command.
Yes, exactly. So being a little proactive about it. It's your cousin from Boston. Did I do that right? That was a Utah version of that. Gosh. Okay, back to Kasey.
All right. The last thing that I want to show you when it comes to referrals is my favorite thing in the referral platform. And it is with this drop down that Kimber loves so much. In this drop down, you're going to see referral patterns. That's your last option there. I'm going to click on that. It's going to look like a little crazy for a second. What you see here is it is showing me referrals sent out from wherever my home market center is, which is in Allen, Texas, where all the referrals are going. So people are moving from Allen to where? And you're going to see Allen to Austin, Allen to San Antonio. People don't leave Texas if you can't tell. Allen to the Woodlands, Richardson. All of these referrals are happening within the Keller Williams ecosystem, and you're missing your slice of pie because you haven't maybe made that connection in Austin, or you just tell your clients, you know, I can't help you in Austin, so you can find an agent down there. Hopefully you didn't say that, but it's possible. So I can see some of that information. And I can see, I just press that little triangle right there next to the Austin one. So 4% of the referrals that leave Allen, Texas are going to Austin, Texas. Well, who else is moving to Austin, Texas, you might ask? Great question, class. Thank you for asking. If I press this little arrow button here, it tells me, except it's backwards. If people are moving from Austin, where are they going? 9% go to Dallas. Well, Dallas is a broad area, kind of like any other metroplex. So it might not just be Dallas. It might actually be Allen, where I'm at, or somewhere in the North Dallas area. People move 9% from Austin to Austin. Like I said, people don't leave Texas. We're a whole other country here, and we know it. Austin to Houston, Austin to Katy, Austin to Capel, which is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So you can kind of see a little bit more in depth of people, what's happening in the Austin area as well. So I can see I probably need some referral partners in St. Augustine, Florida. Hey, I'll happen to be pretty close to St. Augustine in a few weeks when I'm in Orlando. Maybe I should make some connections. I also should make some connections in North Carolina, in Arkansas, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. All of these places are places that I can start making some connections, because I know that at some point in time, my clients or potentially my clients are going to be moving to one of these places, or they're going to know someone who's moving to one of those places. And if I provide enough value to my clients for them to know that it doesn't just have to be Allen or McKinney, Texas, that I can help them with real estate. I just give them the broad, I promise you I can help you with real estate no matter where you go. Then they'll think of me and they'll be able to say, hey, I know you don't live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but I have a friend who's moving there. Do you happen to know somebody? Absolutely. Absolutely. Tim Lester, he's one of my labs advisors. He'll help you out. He's going to be great. And vice versa, stuff like that. The other piece of this, of referral patterns, you're going to see referrals sent and referrals received. Now, this is one, if you're a marketing genius, that can really help you out. Referrals received. This is going to do the opposite of what we just did. So if people are moving to Allen, Texas, or to Dallas, or to wherever you live, where are they moving from?
From Salt Lake City. What?
Kimber, you should just move here and make my life easier.
I know.
We could
no one leaves Utah.
So you can see here, Austin, Texas. People apparently just moved back and forth from Allen and Austin. San Antonio, Houston, Chicago is a good one. Frisco is right next to Allen. Amarillo by morning. Sorry for anybody who had to hear that. Anything else you can see here? These are also great referrals to find. And these are great options for you to start doing a little bit of legwork and say, hey, I know that 1% of the people that move to Allen, Texas, at least in the Keller Williams world, come from Downey, California. Did you know that you could create a Facebook ad for Downey, California that says, curious about the Dallas market? ? I'm the perfect person for you. And guess what happens? They see that ad 2 weeks before they have to decide whether they're going to move or not, and they're going to think it's fate, that your name showed up. They don't need to know that it was calculated, like they just think all the stars aligned, and they're going to choose you as their agent. Makes you look really cool, makes them think that you've done a whole lot of work, or maybe not a lot of work, whichever. But doing those ads, I have one of my agents in one of my offices that literally has so many leads from California that he's had to hire somebody else to handle all of the leads, because a lot of people from the California area are moving to the Dallas area for different reasons. But you can see some of that here and start marketing kind of the right ways to those places where referrals are coming in from. Also stay on top of like business news and stuff like that, because when you see that Dell's moving from Salt Lake City to Dallas, not a thing, but if it were to be happening, you could do another Facebook ad to the Salt Lake City area, and target, that right type of person, somebody who's interested in information technology or something along those lines. And putting that ad out there gets it in front of the right person at the right time. And they were just told by Dell that they're going to have to relocate to Dallas, and they see your name and that you're a real estate agent on their Facebook page. God
So
must be telling
do those ads? Do you do those ads straight through command?
I absolutely do, every time.
Sweet.
And like I said, one of my agents has had to hire someone else to handle all of the leads that he got from. He just has a constant flow of ads in California, for just various spots of California, because apparently it's expensive to live there and less expensive to live in Dallas.
I love this because it adds a pillar to your business that doesn't add a lot of extra work, right? So you can completely set a goal around how many referrals you're going to receive in a year and be purposeful about these two things, right? I'm going to research the referral patterns of my area, and I'm going to spend X amount on advertising every single month. And you've got another pillar of your business going, right? Am I making it too simple, or is it kind of that simple?
To me, it's that simple. Especially when we have in-life person events for Keller Williams. I'm looking this up every day for a week before I go to family reunion. And I'm saying I need 5 people in Charlotte, North Carolina, 5 people in Chicago, 4 people in Salt Lake because I already have Kimber.
It's like
3 people here, like whatever. So having that goal for myself and then knowing exactly how much do you have to work for a referral whenever you're just giving the lead away? Not very much, potentially.
They're fun. They're connections, and they're, follow up and, keep up with the relationship, and, ends up being a decent amount of money for really no work.
Yeah,
I
just
can
passing
just say
a name
no
and
work.
a phone number away. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What
Awesome.
questions? What did I miss? Tell me more.
Yeah. Are there any questions in the chat that we need to highlight or that you guys have? My question would be, because you're the cheerleader and the creative, and I know what role you're in, what would be maybe one suggestion that you would make to all of us agents that are about to go to family reunion and meet just so many people in other places? Like, is it like a QR code on our name badge, or that, like a card, or like what are some, or one creative idea that you have to just like really make good connections at family reunion, or that you've done in the past?
Well, I can't promise everything that I've done in the past is great. However,
okay, that's fine.
I do bring my pom-poms to family reunion. So if you see a strange redheaded girl rocking around gold pom-poms, come say hi. But just being available, being out there, making yourself a goal. I know it's fun. I know you're going to learn a lot, but having a goal in mind. I am going to leave with X. I'm going to leave with a marketing strategy for referrals. In this case, would be a good example. I'm going to leave with a marketing strategy for referrals, and I'm going to get 10 referrals this year coming in. That would be a great, just have a couple of those goals, have goals to have fun too, because the first time I went to either a family reunion or mega camp, I thought I wasn't allowed to have fun. That's not the case. Learn and play hard. That's the best combination I can think of. And then just dive in. I cannot tell you enough how much information you're going to get. You're not going to remember it all, but that's okay. Not remembering it all is okay, because if you go in with a plan and strategize and make sure that you get into the right rooms at the right time, it's going to get you the information that you needed to leave with.
I love that. I have one agent in my office. She has gone every year to family reunions, at least since I've been with Keller Williams. And when people that are new ask, like, should I go? She says to them that she always pays for her trip to family reunion just by making the referral connections that she does. So to her, it's like, well, that's already paid for. I think going into it, really being purposeful about those connections, and this is the greatest tool to start that. You could be in that same boat, right? Where it's not this expense that you add every year. It's a good, the best networking opportunity, honestly.
For sure. Saeed said, note to self, don't forget my pom-poms. Yes. And I have baby pom-poms too that go on my pins. So it's a whole signature of the Kasey nowadays. Kimber your face. Either you're frozen or you're really excited. I'm going to go with frozen.
I was frozen. Was I frozen or are you frozen?
You were frozen. Somebody was frozen.
Okay. Sorry. I think my mouth was open too, so I hope all of you enjoyed that. That's probably not good. Okay. Well, if there's not any other questions, Kasey, we're so grateful. Great strategies. I agree. It's so refreshing to go through this applet that I know people know it's in there and they use it when they need it, but I don't think I go in there unless I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to find an agent right now in Idaho. But I've never gone into it really in that proactive approach. So I love all of these ideas, and I'll see you guys at family reunion with the pom-poms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Hey, thank you guys. We'll see you next week, and we've got a couple more weeks till family reunion. So we will see you next Friday.
All right. Bye, guys.